join me at Grange, Tunbridge Wells, where I have a rather special car. You can probably see it. It's next to me. It's a yellow Lamborghini Aventador S. Now, this particular Lamborghini is for sale right now at Grange, Tunbridge Wells for £202,500. Now, I live locally to the dealership and I drive past every day to drop a family member to work. And I see this car and I had to pop in and I had to say to the guys, I want to do something with it. So I'm going to spend the next 5-10 minutes showing you around the car, taking it for a drive, and really showing you guys that a used Lamborghini Aventador can be an amazing alternative and a great addition for those of you who are car collectors. And for those of you who are looking to trade up, definitely want to stick around and watch why this car is perfect for you. So, having now taken it for a drive a couple of miles, I thought I'd come to a rather nice, quaint village where it's a little bit quieter and tell you a little bit more about this Lamborghini Aventador S. Now, as I said at the beginning, this particular car is actually on the market right now at Grange, Tunbridge Wells at £202,500. And this particular Lambo is just over 20,000 miles, which may sound like a lot, but actually it really isn't. With this type of car, this type of age, 2017, for those of you who are looking to enter the sort of higher end supercar territory and you want to add something like this to your collection, this is an absolute steal of a car. Really well priced. Not only that, but it's just a head turner. Wherever you go, all you're doing is turning heads. And the weird thing is, as I was driving it down here, people are really nice to you. No joke, they are. So this particular Lamborghini, well, it's got a 6.5 litre V12. Now that equates to 700 brake horsepower. And when I say it whips your head, I genuinely mean it whips your head. When you put your foot down, you will feel that. Feel your head go right into the headrest. But yeah, so 700 brake horsepower. It's got these gorgeous black 20-inch wheels with carbon ceramics. And when you've got a car that produces 700 brake horsepower, carbon ceramics are almost a must. They never fade, really long durability. Also, if you are taking this on a road trip, definitely get the ceramic brakes, especially get a fresh pair fitted. Now, this particular Lamborghini is one of my favourites. As a massive fan of the older Murcielago, this particular car, especially when I first saw it, it ticked all the right boxes. You've got all these different angles at the front and make it look like a fighter jet. And as you go down, you've got these massive intakes for the radiators to keep the engine cool. So as you come towards the back, you just can't escape the fact that its rear end just looks so mean and aggressive. You've got these it's almost like a pinched tail. And if you've ever seen one of these in black, you immediately think of the Dark Knight, Batman. Although in the last Batman he did use a Murcielago, but that's not the point. The point is that this car just is, from every angle, just looks absolutely mean. That's going to devour the road. And again, you've got all these amazing different angles and all these little cuts and grooves that shape the car. Now, this particular Aventador S comes with a glass panel at the back, so you can actually see the inner workings of the V12, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. And again, for those of you who haven't ventured into the V12 sort of area, especially when it comes to cars, an Aventador is actually a very good step forward. Now, in terms of obviously sort of moving the car about, driving it, using it daily, I wouldn't recommend it as a daily driver because it only comes with a single clutch. It's a semi-automatic. You're better off with something with a dual clutch. But But in terms of using it for a road trip like the Gumball 3000, or like a long road trip where you go from, say, London all the way down to Monaco, you go down to Barcelona, go down to Naples, this car will easily do that. Obviously, bear in mind you haven't got a huge amount of luggage space at the front, because you can only take like a travel bag that's so big. But as a car itself, and if you have a car collection, you have to have an Aventador. And if you haven't owned an Aventador yet, you need to get one. So when you venture in and you open these amazing scissor doors, the best way to get in, bum first and then feet. That way, you're not going to scuff the back of your legs. Now, when you do get in, these doors are super easy to operate. They are a little bit heavy, but to be honest, it's nothing major. Now, when you get inside the cockpit, you immediately feel like you should be wearing a helmet, a jumpsuit, and you should be in a fighter jet, because that's how this car makes you feel. It makes you feel so empowered, to the fact that you feel like you should have rocket launchers coming out the sides and you feel like you should take off. Obviously the car can't do that, and I'm over exaggerating, but that's how the car makes you feel. And the beauty of Lamborghini today is that with access to that to Audi, all the switchgear you see come from Audi, which means they work. So everything from the audio to the screen to the amazing digital dials, it all works, which makes this car very, very, very easy to live with. And again, going down to that sort of long road trip, you can definitely do it. And these seats are super comfortable. You've got quilted leather in the middle with the yellow trim all the way around the sides. Now, I'm not a particularly tall person, but I've still got loads of headroom. Now, I remember watching an episode where Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear was taking a yellow Aventador in Italy, and he could barely get his head in there. He's over 6 foot tall. So if you are quite tall, you may have to crouch down a little bit, but for everyone else, yeah, this cockpit's absolutely lovely. Now, you do have a boot, but it's not the biggest in the world, and really you can only use it for carrying travel bags, and that's pretty much it. You don't really have much space. So if you're taking this car to south of France, going down to Barcelona, or anywhere sunny, you can only really fit 2 bags in here. So I've got my own small little travel bag here, but as you can see, you probably fit 2 travel bags at most, and maybe a jacket and a few things at the top. You do have a 12-volt socket charger. Realistically, you're not going to use that, so use it at your own discretion. But ultimately, yeah, you haven't really got a lot of space. So if you're taking this on a long road trip, make sure you're going to maybe another home that you own out in the French Riviera, or you're going to obviously a hotel, and obviously just bear in mind you're probably going to be buying clothes while you're traveling. So when you're actually in the Lamborghini and you begin driving it, so I'm currently on a bit of a country road, and as you can see, it's super easy to drive. You've got great vision all the way around. I've just come out of a small town, and just manoeuvring the car around the town is effortless. It's so easy. The only thing I would say is that when you are driving it, just be conscious that it is single clutch. It is quite jerky, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the biggest. It's not going to affect your life that much. But yeah, so once you get it on the move and you're actually driving, the noise is just unbelievable. And the ride is actually quite good. It's not that bad. It's not as rough as you'd expect it to be, especially for a supercar. It absorbs bumps very easily. It doesn't jiggle about too much. Again, people have said, can you use an Aventador as a daily driver? Personally, no, I wouldn't. I think around town it's a bit much. The gearbox is a little bit clunky, as I mentioned. It's not something that's designed to be used as a daily driver. If you do want a daily driver in a Lamborghini, definitely get the Huracan. And of course now you've got the Lamborghini Urus, which has 4 doors. It's a proper SUV. You can fit so much in it. But in terms of the Aventador, yeah, definitely. If you want to go on a long road trip, yeah, definitely take it. It's more than comfortable on a long road trip. But when it comes to daily driving, just don't even consider this car. It's really not worth it. So we're coming up to a dual carriageway, and we'll open it up a little bit more so you can hear that amazing V12. Amazing V12. Now, there's nothing like a Lamborghini V12. It's so aggressive. Compared to a Ferrari. Ferraris tend to be a bit more, their V12s tend to be a lot more creamier. But with a Lamborghini, it is genuinely like a raging bull. It really does. It's very, very aggressive, but it's intoxicating. You know, there comes a point where you just constantly just want to drive this car. So I'm going to shut up for a second. I'm going to open the window a little bit and let you hear some of this V12 noise. This is a Lamborghini Aventador. It's on the market for £202,500 with my good friends at Grange, Tunbridge Wells, the Lamborghini dealership. The link of the actual listing of the car is going to be in the description, so make sure you check it out. And for those of you who are watching who are members of the Keep Club, if you buy this car, if you're abroad and not in the UK, or in fact if you're anywhere in the world, we will have this car delivered to you within 7 working days. So if today's a Tuesday, and we can have the car at your house, at any one of your residents, by the weekend. And while you're waiting for the car, as a club, we will actually hire you an equivalent Aventador or a Huracan or another Lamborghini for you to use whilst you're waiting for your own Lamborghini, and that's all paid for by the club. So if you are interested in this car, make sure you get in touch with us, or speak to Grange Lamborghini directly, and obviously mention to them that you're a member or you've seen Money and Me show, and the team there will really look after you. The team there is amazing. But yeah, so this is a Lamborghini Aventador S. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, I will see you guys very soon.